everybody. If you know it, say it with me. I got confused. I have got my coffee, which I just got through drinking, so it's empty. I've got my Bible. I'm having one of those days, I guess. Of course, I'm so happy to have you. You know, a phrase that's been coming up in my life over and over lately. And so we've just decided at RLC just to make it kind of a hashtag for us right now. And that is this idea of hashtag enjoy the journey. We just want to enjoy the journey. You know why? Because life goes by too fast. We're going to be here. We're going to go. Everything's going to happen. And if you're not careful, you'll be so busy trying to get from point A to point B that you forget about all the stuff that happened in the middle. So that's what I want to talk about today, because today is actually National, and get this, I didn't know this was a thing. Today is National End of the Middle Ages Day. National End of, I guess there was this moment when they were like, all right, the Middle Ages are over. I guess on to the Renaissance. So today, Friday, May the 29th, is the end of the Middle Ages, whatever that is, all right? And so we want to celebrate the idea of enjoying the journey, because most things in life we can't really point to and go, okay, that was the end of that, now is the new thing. And it made me think about this idea of my girls are older now, and it is what it is. Now they don't care to really ride because there's so much technology. Can I tell you, when I was, a teenager, I hated going on trips. All right, I know my mom and my dad probably watch this. I don't mean that bad. I hated going on trips. You know why? Because all there was a Walkman that you put your cassette player in, and those batteries lasted 5 minutes, before they started to go out. And then there was the Game Boy thing that had like 2 games. I mean, that's all there was. If there wasn't that, there was nothing to do but ride in the back of the van and try not to suffocate or freeze to death, depending on the time of the year, right? But nowadays, my girls have got all the things. I mean, there's plenty of things for them to do, right? But when they were younger, and their attention span was even less than it is now, I would get so tickled because they would just, we'd be on the road for 5 minutes, and they would say, everybody knows the phrase, "Are we there yet?" Right? "Are we there yet?" And why I would get tickled and frustrated at the same time, let's keep it real, is because they had no idea where we were going. I mean, there was one time we took them on like this secret trip. We took them on like an overnight trip as like a surprise. They had no idea we were going somewhere that was a surprise. They just thought we were going somewhere. And they were asking, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" Well, they didn't even know where we were going. All they knew was they didn't enjoy the journey to get there. They wanted to get there. And I was thinking about this today being the end of the Middle Ages, and how often in our life we don't get to pick the end of one season, the beginning of the other. And it made me think about how so many times going through life, God is taking us somewhere. We're on a journey from point A to point B, and instead of enjoying the journey, we're constantly asking God, "Are we there yet? God, are you ready to do a miracle in my family? God, are you ready to give me, this thing in my relationship, or a promotion in my life, or whatever? I'm ready to get to the next step," rather than enjoying the character forming going on in the moment. And there's this point in the life of Jesus in John chapter 4. The Bible said in John 4, verse 6, it says, "Jacob's well was there, and Jesus, tired as he was from the journey, sat down by the well at about noon." Now that doesn't mean anything to you if you don't know the story. The story is that Jesus, when he was on the earth, would go from town to town spreading the gospel. And as he would journey from one to the other, they had to do it mostly on foot. Well, this one particular time, he's going from point A to point B, and the way he would go, most Jewish people would go way around in a detour, because to go straight, they had to go through this area where these people lived that they were really enemies to the Jewish people. And so it was considered to be, like they were less than. I mean, it was a very, racist thing for these Jewish people to do. Well, Jesus wasn't that way. And so he went straight through this area where these less desirable people, according to the Jewish people, lived. Well, these disciples are all Jewish, and so they're probably wondering, why are we here? Are we not there yet? Can we not keep going? But Jesus stopped right where he was, because there was a lady getting ready to come out to that well that he wanted to talk to. He had a plan for her life. He wanted to speak to her. And so what they thought was a detour, or maybe taking a little bit too long to get down the road, was actually exactly where Jesus needed them to be so that he could change someone's life. And it just, all this together, being, the end of the Middle Ages day and thinking about Are We There Yet and all that, just got me thinking about this. And that is, do you think that maybe sometimes we're in such a hurry to get from point A to point B that we're missing the miracles along the road? Do you think maybe we're so busy trying to get the next promotion, trying to get our kids raised, trying to, avoid the next argument with our spouse, or whatever life is bringing us right now? Is it possible that we're so busy getting from point A to point B that we are forgetting to enjoy the journey? That's one thing about this season we're in right now. As businesses are slowly opening and different things are happening, there's not a definite day when we say, okay, everything is over now, but we can definitely see that seasons are changing. And I just want to ask this question. Are you enjoying the journey? Are you enjoying seeing God's faithfulness? Are you enjoying the little things that maybe you're experiencing right now? Maybe the pace of life has slowed to a certain extent, or I don't know, maybe there's just something that wasn't there that is now, and it's something you could be enjoying. Are you enjoying the journey? Can I tell you, God has a reason for why you are the way you are. Just like when Jesus, in that verse, he stopped there, and the disciples are probably wondering why. Jesus knew exactly why. So can I tell you that if the road is taking a little bit longer than you thought, if it looks like you're going through a detour in life, rest assured, Jesus knows right where you are. And maybe you are right where you are for a reason. So today, what if we enjoyed the journey? I want you to know, I love you so much. God is for you more than you can imagine. He is for you, not against you. He hasn't changed his mind about you. And even if it seems like you're going through a season and some difficulty, can I tell you, God's still with you. And he has not changed his mind, and he's still doing something for you. And I just want you to know, enjoy the journey, because we're not going to come by this way again. And so we might as well enjoy it, because God's doing something right now. There is something also to look forward to, and that is June 7th at Real Life Church. We are having our next in-person service. We're doing it in our parking lot. We're calling it Lawn Chair Sunday. It's also Hawaiian Shirt Day. Make sure you wear your shirt, and it's going to be great, okay? Listen, I love you so much. I hope you enjoy the journey today. I will see you tomorrow right here on Daily Hope.